the 12 tricks of Christmas, and this is trick 7, which is ring a bell. Now always be ready to train, and the bell is now going down in the environment, and I need to be ready to send the information to the dog, which I am going to own up to here. I wasn't ready. Floyd touched that bell and I didn't click, which means he's doing something that's required and I'm not sending him the correct information for it. So I get myself ready and make sure that when he comes back and he looks at that bell, I'm ready to click. So anything towards that bell, looking at it, touching it, pawing it, at this stage I am going to click. Now I, from this point, need to decide, which I want you to do, and it's up to you what you do with your dog, which part of his body I want him to ring the bell with. Now I'm going to choose his paw. For you, your dog, it might be easier choosing their nose. It's entirely up to you. But once I've decided which part of his body I want him to use, I will only click for him using that part of his body. And this is the beauty about clicker training. We can be so precise and the dog understands. It's just brilliant communication. So I am only now clicking for his paw hitting the bell. Now it's quite a long clip, so I'm not going to talk through it all, but I'm going to leave it all in because this is completely unedited. So just now I am just clicking for his paw hitting the bell. Now one thing I have noticed is that Floyd is rather enthusiastic, so it's very easy for him to move that bell. So in order just to get him just ringing it, so that he's getting it right, I pop him into a down and then get him to use his paw that way. Now, I'm very specific, I'm only clicking for paw. So I just throw a bit of food there just to reset him, get him back in and on the game.
I missed that one.
Because he was finding it quite difficult and he was getting stuck in that down position. So I just get a good level of criteria up again and then pop him back into that down. And he finds it much easier this time. Now these parts of learning are all completely essential. This is your dog thinking about what he's to do. And when they think about what they've to do, then they're learning. So that's where we stay at. That is mobbing it. Is that... Good luck. Ring the bell. Where is it? So now I change up the mix a little bit and I want the bell further away from me, so I'm actually sending him to ring a bell.
Ring the bell.
So point at the object, ring a bell. When he rings it, I click and then I throw food away. So that then resets him for the movement coming back. So he's actually targeting it now. Ring that bell, click, throw. And it's as easy as that.
That works for me. Ring the bell.
7, which is ring the bell. Now those little bells, they're just hotel reception bells. Here they are. Yeah, they're available on eBay, and actually Marks and Spencer's selling this as a Marks and Spencer's one. Now, I think if I was to redo this, I would perhaps try and find a small box to steady the bell into, so you might have to do that. Floyd was quite good at cottoning on really quickly to use his paw to ring that bell, but because he's so big, he was kind of skirting it about the place. That's why I maybe used something to steady it down a little bit. So there you go. You can also do it with a push light, but it is ring a bell for Santa, so we're just looking for them just to ring that bell. I think you enjoyed that. Floyd, you want to say bye-bye? Bless him, he's not been very well today. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all for trick number 8. Happy training.